It really did change my life. I did it in Malibu. So basically it's like toad venom.
Oh, like literal frog.
Yeah.
And
Oh, okay.
they
burn almost like it looks like the end of an incense stick. They'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4 in a line. They'll burn you. And then they take the venom like paste and they put it over you. My face was like yellow green. My lips were like puffed out to here. So like, you know how girls like get their lips.
Yeah.
So I was like
a frog.
Yeah. Can we keep this? My eyes were like bulged out. Like I looked like a freaking toad. It was
oh my God. Do you have a picture from this experience?
It was scary.
Welcome back to the Overheard LA podcast. I'm Emily. I'm a Taurus.
I am Justina. I'm a Scorpio.
And we're joined by our friend Dana Moon today. Dana is a comedian and actress known for her characters and impressions, also a Scorpio.
Also a Scorpio, and also an aspiring Overheard LA person to work. What is it?
Employed?
Please.
Really?
Join us.
Join us.
This is now a job interview.
Welcome to the office. Oh, this is a job interview. Let's go.
My brain didn't work, and I was like, wait, coworker? What do you call someone who works for a company?
I was really wondering where you're going with that, or was like investor, founder.
You're like, I'd like to be an angel investor in Overheard.
Sponsor?
You do what I do, which is like look up into the abyss. It's like very That's So Raven, where I'm like, what is the word?
Yeah, I'm like, I had this idea and I thought it would be a funny bit, but then it just
left me like a balloon.
Where did it go?
I saw a thing once where somebody talks about like depending on which direction where you look for your thoughts says something about you. Like I always look up and to the left, or I close my eyes when I'm thinking, which I've noticed, which is like, where is it?
If you look down, that means you're lying, right?
Is that true?
I who look down.
I'm not lying. I just can't remember anything.
I remember learning about this on Law & Order Special Victims Unit at some point, but I don't remember which way it was that you were looking.
Where you look determines what you're thinking about.
Whether you're lying.
Whether you're lying.
Because they were doing like an interrogation. They were like, he looked to the left.
Wait, so what was the verdict?
I don't remember.
Oh, well, that's not helpful.
Well, I'm just telling you.
How are we going to know if Dana is lying during this job interview?
I hope she's lying the whole time.
She's an actress.
Well, can I just say I'm a Scorpio, so it's very hard for me to lie. I tell the truth and I'm too honest. And I like to be told like very harsh truths. I just love it.
Yeah.
You can hurt my feelings, but I'd rather have you like tell me what you're actually thinking. And I realize a lot of people don't like that.
No,
I love it. So I want to do it to other people and then I lose friends.
Yeah, no, I relate to that so heavily, and I feel like you're totally right. People do not like, they want to be sugar coated, and I'm like, I just don't like. I would rather be so upfront. We clear the air. We figure it out. Nobody likes it.
I'm getting double teamed by Scorpios.
People like to say very nice things, and they don't mean it, and they don't. Everyone just likes to like keep things very.
Well, that's
surface.
LA. I would say, especially LA.
Do you notice
is
that
very
people?
much that.
I like even my friend group. I'm like, no one's telling each other the truth. Everyone's kind of lying to each other, and they're all like, "Yeah."
I have talked about this.
What are we doing? Like, aren't we supposed to be friends?
That's why I
Aren't we
love
supposed to-
Justina. Justina is like unfiltered mommy. She tells me like it is.
And also,
I love that. Unfiltered mommy.
But
She
I
is my
also think
unfiltered
it's
mommy.
very Scorpio to want to dig like a little bit deeper. Like I'm always like, but what else? Where does that feeling come from for you?
And this is my problems with this is my problems. Okay. These are all my problems I will list for you guys. Thank you for having me on your podcast. I need therapy.
All right. Justina, you should be a therapist with that.
You know what? I actually said to my therapist the other day, because she was like, what are your interests? Like, whatever. And I was like, I love psychology. And I was like, but I would never be a therapist. No offense to you and your career. And I like fully forgot who I was speaking to. And it was like, I would love to be like,
How'd she respond to that? Was she like, we have to unpack it?
No, she was so sweet and lovely. She was like, oh no, it's totally fine. But I was like, it's not that. I'm like, your career is amazing. I'm an idiot. Like I could not do your job.
We have a very healing episode today, you guys. First, we are going to talk about some of these like crazy wellness treatments that everyone has tried. And then a very special meditation teacher is actually coming in here to like help us set intentions.
She is also our meditation teacher.
Yes.
She is the Overheard LA meditation teacher.
Dana.
Yes.
You are very, okay. I want to talk about mango healing.
Hi.
Tell us about
I
mango
love your
healing.
energy.
Is Mango Healing like an alter ego? Is Mango Healing your side hustle?
Mango is everything and nothing and everybody all at once. She's somebody that I met at a rave. She came up to my friend and I heard the word empath come out of her mouth, and I heard light worker, and I like immediately was like, I need to talk to this person. And I was like, hi, I'm Dana, and her name isn't Mango, it's Shannon. And she literally introduced herself. She said, hi, I'm Shannon. I'm a light worker, empath, medicine woman, and healer. And she had these like dead eyes a little bit, but she was like smiling. And she goes, I just want to heal everyone here. And I was like,
Oh my God.
you're my next character. I love your energy. I'm Mango. I'm a light worker, empath, healer, and medicine woman. Do you want some ketamine? I normally meditate with this, but this DJ is really tapped into source energy. And I got her in conversation for as long as possible. And then I literally wrote the sketch like at the rave. And then I heard this guy behind me like, I'm Mango. And I was like, that's her name. It was kind of like the universe just gifted me this character.
That's incredible.
And I also like, you know, I've been doing the spiritual healer called Janelle Waters, and she kind of talks like this. She's like very hippy dippy, and she's like based off of like a lot of people who like actually healed me. I went to these healers, and I love them, and some of them are like legit, and some of them are like fake. So I was like, ooh, like it's funny that these people are funny. So Mango, I met this person, she made me laugh, and I was like, I'm just gonna make this video. I don't even care. It's kind of more for me. And it blew up. I didn't know that raves were all over the globe. I'm like, now like all of these like big DJs
Wait,
follow
really?
me.
You thought raves were like an only in LA thing?
I also I was really scared of them. So like in my 20s, I never went to them because my mom told me, if you go to raves and do drugs, you'll die. And I was like, I want to live, Mom. So I never really went to them until my 30s. So yeah, I now I am like obsessed with the rave culture. I think it's so cool and it's everywhere. And this video blew up, this character, I just kept making like more videos. And then I made Mango Healing has her own Instagram. I made an OnlyFans.
I saw that.
This is what I want to ask you about. What's going on OnlyFans?
What's going on in OnlyFans?
What is Mango doing on OnlyFans? Healing or other
healing
things?
photos. So I do this, I have this like fake bush that I put on. So she'll like cross her legs and it'll be like
Shut the
total
fuck up.
bush. And it'll be like her like meditating like this with like armpit hair. And then it's all spiritual poses that are, she's like half naked. There's no like, you don't ever see my boobs. You don't ever see, I show butt, but you don't ever see the front. You know what I mean?
Well,
Unless
because of the
it's-
giant bush.
Yes.
It's obstructed. That's actually very clever.
So, and it's all, she's like healing, you know what I mean? Like her body's healing. So there's always like an inspirational quote.
I was like, okay, she has her own Instagram. She has
Yes.
her own OnlyFans. So you're like Hannah Montana, but in the rave community.
That.
Have
I'm
you never
Hannah
thought about
Montana
that?
in the rave community? You know what's so funny?
Has anyone seen, like, no one has seen you and Mango in the same room at the same time? You are Hannah Montana.
That is so true. But and people thought Hannah Montana was real, right?
I mean,
This was so long ago, so
I think so.
I'm forgetting.
What do you mean? She was.
There's some people that think Mango is real. Like a lot of my
Yeah.
messages, people are trying to book healings. And it's kind of
Oh, yeah,
sad because
no,
people are like, hey, I'm
yeah.
like really struggling. I've never talked to a
have
healer.
you ever like tried to heal someone in character? No, I feel like that's unethical.
I have done it. I did
a little bit.
Brent Pella was on the show and
Yeah.
he had me during his like New York Comedy Festival show, and I did live healings as Mango.
That's
so I like
funny.
pulled guys up on the stage and healed them and like
That's so
pulled
funny.
the demons out of them, and it was so much fun.
You could totally start a cult.
Oh, yeah.
The mango
Yeah.
cult would be pretty sick.
The Mango
honestly.
cult would be hilarious.
It would. And
I would love to go for like a weekend, like spring break at the Mango cult.
in Puerto Rico. She has her retreats in Puerto Rico.
You should plan it. We'll go.
You guys will come.
Yeah.
We'll come for sure.
Well, I had this girl.
As long as the medicine is there.
The medicine's key.
Cool.
I had this one girl who was like really young and really cute, and she's like, would you mentor me? I really want to be a healer like you. And I'm like, are you guys like looking at the page? Like, I thought it was clear that it's a character.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm literally like shaking my ass at a rave being like, we're ascending. And like, there's like DJ music playing and people are like, wow.
Any big future plans for Mango?
We are writing a series for her.
Ooh,
Fun.
exciting. Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really stuck on this Disney thing.
It's really funny. I'm like super stoked about it. It's like
that's very
very rare that I
exciting.
get like really excited about certain projects, but this one's like really cool.
It's a very fun. I mean, I like was looking through the Instagram. It's like so fun to watch and follow. Like I'm like, this is amazing. Like this is like I would like this like alter ego in my life.
Yeah, there's so many opportunities in that world. There's so many opportunities for jokes. It almost just seems
It's
like
very like Overheard LA too. Like
Yes.
all of it. So
yeah, it's like
Ooh, we're
endless.
excited.
Yeah, so it's exciting.
Yay. Well, should we let's get into our DMs. Yeah.
Let us. We got to do some work today.
We asked our audience to send in, like on this theme, the craziest wellness and beauty treatments they've tried for health and healing.
This is fun.
Yeah, we got some crazy ones. Dana, you should tell us, actually, we're going to read some of these. You should tell us if you or Mango would try any of these or if you've done them. Yoni steaming. You done it?
No, but I want to.
Do you know what yoni steaming is?
Oh yeah, your cooch is
It's a pussy facial.
steam it. You open up your legs and there's a trash bag full of water and you just let it rip.
It lets
I hate
like this.
all of those things. that
It
you
like
guys just said.
steams your uterus. And this person was like, I got a UTI.
I
which is why
remember
it's a
this
no
from
for me.
like Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah,
Like, do you
Gwyneth
remember
did
this
it.
was like made really big by GP a few years ago?
It doesn't seem smart. I mean, I'll try it once because I'll try anything once.
Yeah.
But it
No, as a gal
seems-
who gets frequent UTIs, I'm abstaining.
It seems like it's gonna ruin the pH. And I'm not a scientist here or a biologist.
You're not supposed to fuck with the pH. The vagina is
But-
self-cleaning.
That's how I
So,
feel. I'm like putting
yeah.
a bunch of hot steam is gonna like. Doesn't it feel like that's a home for a yeast infection?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love the
All
phrase.
It's like a
That's crazy.
terrarium. Like
I
you're
just
turning
love-
into a terrarium all of a sudden. That's like what it feels like
It's
to
like
me.
a greenhouse.
You're like, do you want your pussy to feel like Florida in July? Come on to our spa.
It's literally
and
a
open your
facial.
legs.
It's like opening up your pores.
Wait, what did they say? They got a UTI?
That they got a UTI, which that's my immediate is like
I would
yeast
get a yeast.
infection or UTI. You
Yeah,
get
I'd
a
get a
yeast.
yeast.
Yeah. So, Mango, would she do it? I mean, that big old bush would really protect.
No, you know what? Mango wouldn't do it because I feel like she's too spiritual for that to use those types
It's a
of
little
things.
too science based for
Yeah,
her.
she feels like just by her hands she can cure.
Yeah,
whatever's
that's
going
fair.
on. Yeah.
Put sour cream on my face. Gross. Don't know what that was for.
Oh, I think that's like, I mean, I feel like that to me is close to like yogurt on the face.
Yeah,
like
but
it's
that's
like,
just like sour milk.
I don't know. I feel fine about that. It feels very like DIY facial. Doesn't
Is there
bother
more
me.
information that
No,
they
that's
left?
all they said.
They weren't
Sour
like
cream on
Taco
my
Tuesday was
face.
crazy.
Nope. Combo frog medicine.
Oh, this
Oh,
is,
you know about this. The person said it feels like a spirit entered your body to cleanse it inside out for real.
so I've heard this.
Is this
Have
like
you
ayahuasca?
partaken in the?
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard this is incredible.
What is
Yeah.
this? Wait,
Walk
so
us
what is
through.
walk us through it? Yeah, have you done it?
I've done it twice.
Oh, walk us through. Walk us through.
It kind of changed my life. It really did change my life. So I did it in Malibu, and everyone already kind of like knew each other. It feels like this very combo is like a community of like once you're in the combo community, you're in it. So basically, it's like toad venom.
Oh, like literal frog. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
They burn. It's kind of like they'll take 4. Almost like it looks like the end of an incense stick. They'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4 in a line. They'll burn you, and then they take the venom like paste and they put it over you, and you're not supposed to drink anything or eat anything for like, you're supposed to fast for like 12 hours or 24. I can't remember the amount of time. And you have this big gallon of water that you're supposed to bring. So you chug all of this water, and then you just sit there and wait. And what happens is you kind of turn into like a frog at one point
Wait,
once it's going through you,
hold on. What?
and you purge that gallon that you drank.
Oh, is this one of the throwing up ones though? 'Cause-
All you do is throw up. There's no like, you don't have like this psychedelic
Yeah.
experience. It's not fun. You're literally, and you like can feel, I mean, I honestly, the first time I did it, I was like, I think there's like some demons in my body.
like, what is?
Like
well, what? So,
dark.
are you like tripping, or are you just
No, you're
just vomiting water? I guess my
feel-
question is like, why?
Well,
what
you
is the
feel-
benefit of this? Sounds awful to me.
It's pretty awful, but it is transformative. Like
Getting demons out.
Yeah, I mean, at that time in my life when I did it, I really like couldn't stand up for myself. And I was living with someone who was just kind of like really like walking all over me, and I like couldn't understand why I can't like speak up for myself, and I was just like really struggling. And so my friend told me about her experience, and I was like, I'll try anything. Like I've
And so you felt like transformed coming out of it?
literally like had an intention of like, I want to like be nicer to myself. I want to be in my body. I want to kind of get out whatever. I didn't really understand what it was. And I really didn't want to vomit. I had like I realized I had an obsession with trying to control things. And everyone was throwing up and I was not letting myself. And I went into the bathroom.
So is everyone like in a room puking in a circle?
Yeah. And I went into the bathroom and he was like, maybe it'll come up the other end. And I was like, oh God. And so I was like, man, I'll try that.
Well, better off. Yeah.
And I looked in the mirror, you guys, fully, my face was like yellow green. My lips were like puffed out to here. So like, you know how girls like get their lips.
Yeah.
So I was like
a frog.
Yeah. Can we keep this? My eyes were like bulged out. Like I looked like a freaking toad. It was
Oh my God. Do you have a picture from this
scary.
experience?
It was scary.
Well, this is super interesting to me because I am very interested in plant medicine, but I am also like, I am very afraid of vomit. Like I hate it. I hate throwing up. Like, so all the ones that involve purging just like scare me. Like I'm like
ayahuasca.
Yeah. And I know that ayahuasca is also super transformative and incredible for people, but I just like, I want to do it without throwing up.
Yeah.
But
I do have to say though, when I did throw up, I just felt like I got rid of
demons.
Yeah, just a lot of things that I was
really
holding on
cool.
to that was like really holding me back. And so spiritually, like I felt completely cleansed. Like my body felt empty. I remember I like chopped my hair off and I like told my roommate I'm moving out, and I was like, you are been so, you know, I spoke up for myself and I got my own place and and then I got sober after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you prefer frog medicine to ayahuasca?
I've never done ayahuasca.
Oh,
I'm like you. I did the Cambo thing, but I'm really scared.
I feel like if you did the Cambo thing, you can handle anything now.
Yeah, but ayahuasca is like, isn't
Yeah.
it like 8 hours?
I think it's like
I feel like,
something.
yeah, I don't think.
Oh, so the frog is like one puke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
And it's, by the way, frog is just, and by the way, frog is just, it's just water.
Yeah, because you're just puking water because you're fasting. I see. Interesting. Well,
Everyone's watercolor is different too, which is really
that is
interesting.
so disgusting.
And mine was blue.
did not wanna
Mine
know
was
that.
blue because
Blue?
heavy metals.
Oh.
Whoa.
Let's get you to
Justina
a
and I are
natural
just
bath.
looking at each other like, should we try?
No.
No. I'm never going to try this. I think I'm too afraid. I don't know. I kind of want to, but
I remember hearing Chelsea Handler talk about this a few years ago and her
wanna
being
know what
like,
color
this
my
is like
water is.
life changing. Like
Yeah.
she really was like very,
I think it changed my life. I mean, at the time I was drinking a ton. I didn't know that I like had a problem with alcohol. I was so in denial, and I really was able to kind of figure out like, oh, I need to get sober.
wow, plus one for frog medicine then.
So it did change my life, but that's just my experience.
very cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. You guys are like, share your experience. And I'm like, oh, I will. And it's gonna
No,
be
but
very detailed.
that's why we wanted to know. Like, I appreciate you sharing that. That's really cool. We've got full moon magic to help me lose weight. I paid a witch. What is it?
blood.
I mean, I feel like they just do
Talking
like
about
the
blood?
like
We had a
full
witch
moon
on the
circles.
podcast. Yeah.
I think that's like very
Witches are pretty
standard
powerful.
for LA.
Normal for LA.
Goat's milk plunge, got a full body rash. Again, with the milk.
Okay, but see, this
What
is
is
where
a goat's milk plunge?
It sounds like
I think you just
exactly
like
what
dip
it
yourself
sounds
in.
like.
I think it's
A
like a,
bath?
goat milk bath, which
Yeah.
is like very like you're like that's like very standard in Polish culture. Like we have a lot of
Really?
like goat milk, like skincare and stuff, like very normal. Doesn't
Justina, teach us about the goat milk bath. I had
that's
never
it.
heard of
Just
this.
bathe in some goat's milk. That's
What does
I'm-
it do? What are the benefits?
I think
Seems
it's
like
just like hydrate. Like it's
Will
just, like,
it
some-
make us hot? Is what we
well,
want to know.
I mean, I think that's what they all say in
Yeah.
terms of skincare. But yeah, I think like I think any of the dairies are pretty like standard and more like most of the. Oh God, what?
Sorry, I kept reading. Stuck a clove of garlic up my pussy to cure a yeast infection. That seems like the way to get a yeast infection.
No.
Okay, I am very pro garlic. Like I was raised in a Polish household. That is our
Put it up your
antibiotic.
nose.
Our like, yeah.
Right?
We
I
do
was gonna say like
but
this
up
comes from the
my-
wellness world of like garlic cures all, which I get, but up the vagina is somewhere garlic is not going.
Did it work?
I feel like you would just end up smelling like a pizza.
I
Imagine if
just don't think people should be shoving.
Are you gonna say imagine if a guy goes down on you and you
How are you in my mind?
because we're the same.
I was imagine and you literally knew.
Well, I think, in fairness, I think we all do.
Like, is someone making garlic bread?
But also, I don't think you're like shoving garlic up your vagina and then like having a guy go down on you like
Why
2
not?
hours later.
If you're that crazy, you never know. What if a guy's
What was
into
it for? A yeast infection?
To cure a yeast infection.
Yeah, well, I'm not having
Well,
a
then
guy
a
go
guy's
down
not.
on me if I have a yeast infection.
Literally, the fact that you just said imagine, and I was like,
Okay, I you know what? I looked
I
up.
mean, I
I've
love
done
garlic.
something
I
gross.
love garlic fries. What have you done that's gross? Now you
I
have to
put
share.
Greek yogurt up my vagina.
to
What I
add
did.
We're back to
probiotics or,
dairy.
like what's the
Yeah, for what?
I was looking up like what is kind of like a wellness hack for a yeast infection, and they said
Did it work?
Greek yogurt. It worked.
You heard it here first.
Interesting.
Yeah, and all those
Thank you, Mango.
chemicals. Thanks, Mango.
Mango just healed us.
Yeah. But it's gross. I mean, you literally like take a. Is this too
Yeah.
TMI?
No.
You take a
Safe
tampon string
space.
and put it in the yogurt and then stick it up there.
Oh, interesting.
I feel like we probably need one of those. Like, this is not an official dispensal of
Yeah,
medical
exactly.
advice.
Like,
we
are
need like a
not giving
disclaimer.
medical advice.
We're not telling you to put yogurt up your vagina.
Okay.
We're just telling you that it does work for
But-
some people.
Okay, did it work? Because in my head, I told myself it was going to work.
And
Or
you manifested it.
sometimes the
Yeah.
power of belief
Yeah.
is stronger than what you're actually.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
that's
know.
fair.
That was the finish. You guys finished the sentence.
What kind of
'cause I
Greek
don't know where I was
yogurt?
going.
I like that we've turned this episode into choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
You're like, end it with whatever you want.
All right. So are we talking faye, chobani, Yoplait, fruit at the
Plain.
bottom, plain,
Plain.
blueberry,
Oh, God.
raspberry?
A month later, why did I just pee out a blueberry?
It's better than garlic.
It's unflavored.
Unflavored.
Plain
2%. 2%.
Greek yogurt.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I have Greek yogurt and fruit for breakfast a lot of mornings, but I think I'm going to skip it tomorrow.
You're gonna think of me now.
Yeah. I think
Every time.
I have my little chobani with fruit, I'm just going to think of Dana. Think of mango.
That's how I want to be remembered.
And
you
sometimes I
guys.
have it with mango. We've come full circle.
Okay, we gotta move on. We gotta
All right,
move on. What's the
moving
next
on.
one?
I really hope someone's gonna say menstrual blood on their face.
Oh, well, like the Kim Kardashian thing.
Yeah.
Isn't that the vampire facial?
I don't think hers was menstrual. I think
That's
that was
PRP.
blood.
yeah.
Oh, we didn't get menstrual blood on the face, but have you done it?
No, but I want to hear people
What does
who
it
have.
do?
I have no idea.
Makes your skin look good.
It's supposed to make your skin look good,
I mean,
but
it makes sense because menstrual blood has probably like stem cells in it. I don't
Right.
know. It's like eating your placenta.
I'm
It's like
dying
eating
at the
your
two
placenta.
doctors over here.
we are like fully Joe Rogan in each other right now, which is
Nobody
really
listens
bad.
to this medical advice, please. I beg of you. They're
guys-
guessing that there's stem cells.
You guys, I make memes for a living. Do not listen to me
You
for
guys
medical
listen.
advice.
I have intuition. Okay, and
She's a healer.
I'm
at
a healer.
least.
So this is coming from higher power. So trust me.
Wait, no. Okay, wait. Last.
What's wrong with saggy boobs? Saggy boobs.
I got a Groupon colonic. There's just something so bad about getting a colonic from Groupon. I'm sorry. And said they made me insert the hose on my own. No. Okay.
That doesn't sound
Have you
fun.
done a colonic?
I have never done a colonic.
Because I'm colonic curious.
I
I know
did.
people who do.
I did a Groupon. Oh my god, laser on my vagina.
Oh, I've done a Groupon vagina laser.
Yeah,
They've got good ones on Groupon.
yeah,
sometimes.
but then it turns your skin brown.
colonic, really? Doesn't happen to me.
A little bit.
We have a lot to talk
Okay,
about.
you guys have different Groupons.
I know a girl that does them and she's like, I love it. I do it once a quarter. It makes me feel so numb. And I'm just like, I can't get behind it.
But again, I think it's one of those things where
Yeah.
like
No
if you
pun
believe
intended.
it, like you know, like you have to.
Sorry.
No, it's
It's a good joke.
I'm the same. I can't.
Wow. I feel like we've really learned all these different ways to heal from you. Dana,
guys
thank
have
you.
learned- you guys
Thank
have
you,
learned-
Dana. Thank you, Mango.
You're welcome. I feel like we talked about oversharing in the beginning, and I definitely followed through with that.
We
you're like,
appreciate
and I
it.
deliver.
Yes.
You
No, you have
delivered.
been our healer. I loved this. This is amazing.
And now it's time to heal our minds. So should we get ready for some meditation?
Should we do like an om?
And now we're going to bring in some real healing energy, which, spoiler alert, is not drugs. Our longtime meditation teacher and soothing ray of sunshine, Megan Monahan, is here. Megan is legit. She studied under Deepak Chopra and works with clients all over the world. Welcome to the office, Megan.
I love being called what is it? A soothing ray
Soothing
of
ray
sunshine.
of sunshine.
I
So
love that.
this
You
is
really are.
we have to say how trippy this is for me and Justina. So Megan has been our meditation teacher on Zoom since the depths of the panini when we first started meditating on Zoom as a company. And we have never seen you not in a Zoom box.
Yeah, I mean, this is good. I'm like halfway. This feels-
This is actually kind
once
of
I
soothing.
stand up,
The
then like
Yeah.
universes collide.
When you stand up, it's like a dog on its hind legs. But now you're just like, okay.
It
this is
was
what we're
very
used
weird.
to.
I just like went to open the door and I'm like, whoa, you're
Yeah.
a human.
It's like it is like parasocial. It's very, but so for years we at Overheard were seeing you on Zoom and you made our Tuesdays so much better and it was the best.
It was
So
the best. I loved
yeah.
hanging with you guys every week.
It's really, really nice meeting you in person.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you
Duh.
for being here.
Can you tell everyone who doesn't know you from Zoom as well as we do what you do?
Yeah, so I do a lot of different things all under the umbrella of kind of mindset coaching and meditation. So my biggest passion is, this is going to be the very esoteric version, but really like helping people remember who they are, helping a brand get clarity on values and helping that be something that's integrated really authentically to employees, right? So it's writing a book, giving talks, but it always kind of falls back under the seed of finding alignment, finding purpose, finding authenticity, finding integrity with who you are and how you want to show up in the world, whether that's a person or a company or a brand or.
That's so cool. And I guess with brands, so you work with a lot of brands, right?
I do.
I mean, do you work with more brands and groups than you do individual clients?
Right now I do. Right now I've
That's
been doing a lot of work with
crazy.
companies
Interesting.
and different brands.
Have you
Absolutely.
ever, like, I guess you probably can't say them. I was going to say, are there any brands that have just
List
been
your
like,
clients.
are there any brands that have just been like really weird? Because I'm imagining like corporate men for some reason, like
That's
trying
where
to
my brain is
meditate
go-
in a
I
circle.
will say, most of the brands that I work with.
But we were a brand that she worked with, which is also weird for us
So
to
this one brand, OverheardLA, was batshit crazy. No.
tell us everything.
I will tell you one anecdote and I'll leave the company out. But most of the brands I work with are down to do this work to some extent, right? I'm not like forcing myself on anyone. Like we believe in consent in the meditation space as well. And I did have this one company though that was German owned. We'll say German owned. And the head guy was there when I did this whole session. I did a whole session with them on the 3 ways to positively digest stress. I think I taught you guys that at Overheard at one point. And he was there and he was present and he was into it, but he wasn't laughing at my jokes as much as I really wanted him to. It wasn't translating with maybe the language barrier. And I'm thinking like, wow, I don't know if he's getting this. Like, I'm not sure if it's vibing, if it's landing as much as I wanted to. And like the rest of the room seemed to be doing okay, but he's like the head person. So I just have my eye on him a little bit more closely just to kind of read him. And we get finished with the talk and the meditation. And he sort of jumps up and he says, "Oh my gosh, Megan, my blood pressure went down when we were meditating." And I said, "Well, yeah, I mean, that can happen because you're, slowing yourself down and, doing all these things that I just said to you in this session that I gave, And he's like, "No, but on my Apple Watch, you can see the numbers and they went down."
Oh, that's cool.
And I said, yeah, it works. It turns out
This is not
all the
like
science that I
snake
just
oil.
shared is real and true and works. And that was a really, that's like a cute moment. The New Yorker
Yeah.
in me loves when I get a skeptical meditator.
And you prove them wrong.
And I
Well, I was
just
gonna
win
say,
them
like,
over,
are there men
whether
that are
it's
just
physically,
like-
mentally, emotionally,
Yeah.
spiritually, like whatever the thing is, when it does click and does land, and there's some kind of proof of concept for them, the New Yorker in me really likes.
Well,
to
that's
win
so
over a skeptic.
satisfying. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
but honestly, like I also think that was kind of me at the beginning of our sessions. Like I was like, okay, here we go. We're gonna meditate now.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I love this moment.
I
of the
always
week.
thought of it as just like, okay, I'm going to sit here and try and breathe. And I know
Yeah.
the whole thing about how you have to practice and heads that are very, very busy and all of that. I
Yeah.
mean, for somebody who is skeptical and starting out or has never tried meditation, like, where would you say is the best place to start? What is a good thing that is
Yeah.
not so intimidating for them to start with? Is
Yeah.
it like little guided ones? Is it breath work?
I mean,
Like-
I would say totally biased. I have a great 21-day meditation experience online
Perfect.
that I recorded a couple years ago. And it's a really accessible, easy way, not just because you get an email every day with a meditation, but because I talk about meditation. That's the other thing I'm really passionate about, is really bridging the gap between like deeply esoteric thoughts and principles and the really kind of superficial spirituality that we get on Instagram and TikTok, because neither one of those are going to really land and have an impact or facilitate any kind of transformation if you're not embodying it. So if it's something that's too deep and it's just going right over your head, that's not going to work. If it's something that's just the great quippy one-liner on Instagram that I usually post at least once a day, that's great. And that might give you a moment of inspiration, but unless there's something deeper than that, you're not actually going to experience any kind of shift. So that's why I wrote a book. That's why I recorded this 21-day experience, so that there's a really accessible, like down-to-earth way that you get to see and experience meditation that really does show up in your actual life. You know, I'm not teaching people to meditate so that they can go to the top of a mountain and experience like peace and bliss. You know, I want, when you get the unexpected bill from the toll road because you forgot to pay the toll, like maybe I did a few days ago, and you open it and you're like, I can't believe I forgot to pay that toll. And now I'm, instead of having a full body experience of it, maybe there's a little perspective. Maybe there's a little space between the stimulus and the response, you know? So it's like the everyday moments where your meditation will show up. Yes, if there's a global pandemic, maybe you'll navigate that a little bit better. Yes, if there's some massive thing in your life, you'll have a little bit more grace with that. But it's really the everyday micro actions that determine how we feel.
I always think about, I think you said this at one point, and I'm not sure, I'm sure I'm going to fuck this up, but that a feeling lasts, is it 90 seconds?
90 seconds.
And I feel like ever since you have said that, I constantly have that in my mind. And when I do have one of those moments where I'm like, oh my God, like the bill came, or, you know, whatever
Yeah,
it is, that
yeah.
unexpected moment, I'm like, this will pass. And that has like immensely helped me.
Wait, that's interesting. Can you re-explain that? I need this. That's
Yeah.
helpful.
So this is science out of Harvard, Dr. Jill Bolt Taylor. Your body has a chemical response to stimulus. It's like a very scientific way of saying a feeling. And your body only takes 90 seconds for that chemical process to, like a wave, kind of crest and crash and like recede back into the ocean. After that 90 seconds, it's your mind that's getting attached.
So
I
we
know.
create stories.
We sure do.
When we feel a feeling, we
really
create stories.
good ones, really good ones.
That's why it can last all day.
Or 20 years, yeah.
So we get a feeling,
Not
90
wild.
seconds, it flows through our
Uh-huh.
everything. And then everything after that is your mind.
So say I get rejected by a guy.
Yeah.
Because that keeps happening these days. And I feel that feeling of rejection in my body. If I just let it flow through
through
me
you.
for 90 seconds and I don't attach a story to it, it's just going to go away.
You'll have a very different experience with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah, wait,
it-
so what's
and-
your practice? You
So I
just
usually
let it flow and like breathe out.
I usually will like shake it out,
Uh-huh.
literally. I read recently that animals, and I think it's humans in captivity, are the only two mammals that don't shake out their stress.
Whoa.
So like notice, like I have a dog.
Mhm.
I notice how much my dog shakes.
Yeah. Well, right when they come inside after a walk, they're like,
Uh-huh.
all that energy.
They like
My dog does
shake
that every time.
out.
Yeah, they shake it off.
Mhm.
I just did the I recently for the first time did the class.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever done that?
I have.
Where it's like
Yeah, it's a very somatic healing.
it's somatic, and I was telling Justina about it. Like I call it like an exorcism, basically, because you're like, have you ever done this? The class? It's like, it's a workout class where you're like shaking and screaming and like shit came out.
Yeah.
Like I was
it.
doing burpees and crying.
Yeah.
Like it was everyone's like crying at the end. The music's incredible because it's like you're physically getting things out, which we don't always do.
I started leading. I'll make sure you guys come and get info.
Are
a
you
class
teaching?
like that once a month, like a somatic moving meditation.
Yes, we would love to.
And it's wild when you realize how many, especially I think women, how many feelings we have that we don't acknowledge, let alone sit with and definitely release. And when you have space for an extended period of time, I usually do it in like a dark room, very loud primal music, no choreography like the class. So it's slightly different. But when you give yourself as like a being and a body space to let go of anger or sadness or like whatever those, we tend to have an inappropriate relationship with the kind of ugly feelings, quote unquote. I don't think anyone's overly attached to like that moment of joy, right? You don't have some dysfunctional story about the happy moments in your life. You have the one about, oh, I got rejected and I'm not worthy and I'm never going to meet anyone that wants to be in a partnership with me and all these things, right? So when you give yourself space to like let go of that, it's remarkable how much different you feel. The biggest thing that comes with meditation though is an ability to remember that you are not your thoughts. And that you are not your very temporary feelings.
90 seconds.
They're 90 seconds, right? Thoughts don't have to be believed. It's like a big light bulb that I didn't get until I started meditating 14 years ago. You don't have to believe every thought you have.
Can just come
That
in
is a life change. I think that is like really life changing.
You don't have to believe every thought you have.
Which is crazy, right? Because you're like, well, it exists in my head. So of course it's true for me,
of course
right?
it's real.
But then you're like, once you accept that, you're like, no, this is just like something that could pass. It has like no attachment to me. That is life change. Like between that and the 90 seconds, I really am like, oh, I'm a changed person.
Changed woman. So most people, if you're not doing some kind of practice to kind of wake up and if you don't stop pressing the snooze button on your consciousness, you will have the same thoughts every day for the most part. You will want the same things. You will take the same actions to satisfy those desires, and your life will be a sort of carbon copy of itself day after day after day after day. It sounds so depressing. You're all like, thanks.
Damn.
And
I see mango behind the eyes.
The lobotomy smile is coming out.
Mango really.
She just went and just disappear.
that is a really appropriate response.
Yeah.
That's really
I did the same thing. I was like,
that's a
oh,
really
man.
depressing thing to sort of receive and let land. And you don't have to live a carbon copy of your life over and over every single day. You can do things like meditation and start to become just more aware of the thoughts that you are empowering, because everything that you have ever said, done, texted, dated, eaten, everything that you've ever done started as a thought.
Wow.
Everything that you've ever done started with one thought.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And so
I'm starting to be like, whoa.
I feel like I'm doing
My
combo
crown
right now.
chakra is exploding.
You know, I always feel so much better when I meditate. Like I have a different day. If I wake up in the morning and I meditate, my experience of the world, everything kind of just flows like a river. And then, you know, when I don't meditate, I feel like it's just like dam after dam. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, but why is it the hardest thing to just sit down and do it? After 15 minutes, I feel amazing. But the hardest thing is sitting down and doing it.
Yeah.
I was on my phone for 15 minutes. I was like, I don't have time. I was on my phone for 15 minutes when I was
Always.
meditating.
It also is so hard for me to quiet my mind. Like every time I try and meditate, it's just like, what is your best advice for somebody whose brain won't shut the hell
sitting
up?
down part is the hardest part.
Yeah. So first and foremost, no one is
She's like Xanax.
silencing their mind. No one is silencing their mind in meditation. No one's stopping their thoughts. As long as you have a pulse check, you are going to have thoughts, right? So be really okay with the fact that they're there. Your meditation is really just you practicing, and it's always a practice, practicing your ability to just notice them without getting involved. So whatever practice you're doing, it will always involve some level of mental turbulence. There are some things, and I say this all the time, meditation feels like sitting and doing nothing. So when you have things that are more entertaining, like TikTok, or when there are things that seem more important and more productive, of course your brain is going to be like, we don't have time to meditate. We have so much to do. The science is that taking time away and unplugging yourself will make you so much more productive in all of those other things. So it's not a trade. It's not like 15 minutes of meditation means that I won't have 15 minutes to then work on this proposal, because you'll probably end up doing that proposal faster and with
I'm so
more
bad
clarity.
at like the productivity sickness, but I know that
it's
there's
true.
benefits.
But also to your point, I will then spend 15 minutes on my phone.
Yeah,
like I will,
exactly.
it's not like I'm like doing something more productive.
Yeah, I woke up early this morning to meditate and I was on my phone.
Yeah.
Do you
instead.
meditate every day?
I
Or do you
attempt.
try to?
I attempt. Yeah.
Good for you.
I normally am really good with it and I get into a routine and I do it every morning. But right now I'm not being hard on myself, but right now I'm not in that flow.
Yeah.
I did do a sensory deprivation tank, which is like I think it's like the highest form of meditation, but I was in there for 2 hours like
float
floating.
tank?
2
Yeah.
hours?
2 hours in a float tank?
Yeah. Have you done that? And what do you think of that as like a meditation
Yeah. I think
teacher?
whatever
2 hours?
meditation you find that works for you is great. So yeah, the float tank is great.
I had a psychedelic experience, by the way.
You did?
Yeah.
Was it
Without
because you did it
drugs?
on mushrooms?
No,
While you were
was,
in there?
No. I was on
It's
nothing.
the funniest thing. I took mushrooms and then I did this float tank and I had this very transcendent experience.
It's crazy. I saw lasers everywhere.
I've done 45 minutes max and I'm like ready to get out after.
I did it recently and I like left my body. And they said it's like it's the number one like psychedelic experience you can have without taking psychedelics.
That's trippy.
Oh, really?
And I'm sober and I like want to be taking psychedelics. So I'm like, every day I float tank.
You should just get one at your house. I mean, could you theoretically blindfold yourself and fill your bath up with
I
salt?
turn
and
into
just,
Paris Hilton and have like a wellness in my basement. She has like a
I mean,
wellness house in her basement or something.
That's a dream.
She does?
That's a new one. I'm rich dream.
Yeah.
Wellness basement. I didn't even. That's such an
She has
LA
a cryo
phrase.
chamber in her basement.
A
She has
wellness basement?
yeah, she has all the stuff. But,
Wow.
But in fairness, if I
goals.
was that rich, I would also do that.
Yeah,
Like,
goals.
What else are
bring
you
it all
spending?
to me.
Why go to a spa when you can have it in your house?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's brilliant.
We like to do some fun questions, and we can do speed round fun questions before we run out of time.
Yeah.
Speed round. Which one should we do right now?
Why don't we start with, because I feel like speed round for both of you. If you could have Freaky Friday with one person
I love this
today,
question.
just for a day, a quick little Freaky Friday, who would you Freaky
There's an
Friday
earthquake.
with?
Who are you freaking Friday with?
I literally am such a Scorpio because I'm like, who do I want to have sex with? I'll be their spouse.
Oh, I was like, so you could be that person and see yourself naked? Like, I can figure it out.
My brain was like, oh, you're going to go find yourself and fuck yourself.
I'm going to be my hinge date.
Mango. She wants to be Mango.
What a narcissist.
Wait, but that would be the trippiest experience. Can we just say to have sex with yourself?
No, that's what I'm
Talk
saying.
about out of
If
body.
I'm, like switching with somebody and then I'm going to go find me. And
Like, what would it be like to have sex with myself from the other perspective?
I have thought about that.
Learning moment.
Interesting.
Teachable moment.
Yeah. I know. I'd be like giving myself notes.
I think I would want to be, there's a little part of me that's like, oh, I'd want to be some spiritual, but I don't
just
think,
have fun.
but I think I might want to know what it's like to be, maybe it's like Oprah, like somebody that,
I've been Oprah before.
yeah, somebody that,
There was one Friday she was.
somebody that has moved through varying relationships with like self-worth and eradicated the limiting beliefs to the point that she's able to create and like call into her life just so much expansion that just feels infinite and unstoppable. I think that
Megan.
like personally would feel really, what, you just want all like the Christmas gifts or something? When
No,
you're her?
I'm dying. Your answer is so beautiful.
so
and prolific.
beautiful.
I'm like, I want to be Oprah so I can go to all of her houses.
Oh, I literally the whole time I was like, you're going to send yourself money, right?
Yeah. I was like, you get a
Your
car.
account.
I for sure thought it was going to be
You guys
about
are
like
funny.
having a certain
That
amount of
was
wealth,
beautiful.
But that was a beautiful
I just think it would be a
answer.
cool thing to like be able to, get coded within
Yeah.
me, that kind of limitless.
All right, Dana Mango, are you that selfless and beautiful?
My
Or
answer
do you just want to have sex with yourself?
My answer is not as good. I would Freaky Friday and I would be Elba Baptista, so I would have sex with Chris Evans.
Okay, so I'm down with that.
Great
because also,
answer.
I'm sorry, but like everyone else would too want to experience it.
I think you just took Justina's.
No, the Scorpios are aligned because when we were talking about celebrity crushes, I was like, oh, Chris Evans.
Is that
for
your
sure.
celebrity crush?
Oh, he's so
Okay,
hot.
we have played this game before and never
Maybe it's
have
a
I.
Scorpio.
I mean, you guys are. We've played this game before and never have we thought about or discussed the strategy of Freaky Fridaying with somebody's partner that you want to have sex with.
No, this is brilliant.
Genius. I am rethinking
Scorpio.
everything
Dana
right now.
is fucking, yeah.
You are playing
You're
chess.
changing the rules.
I gotta say.
She's playing the long game.
Yeah. Well, it's only a day, but
Always about sex with me. I don't know.
Also very Scorpio.
oh man. Well, that's fascinating. I feel like we really just got windows into everybody's minds.
I also like that you guys went deep with it. Like,
Yeah.
like me and Emily are like, I'll Freaky Friday with Taylor
know.
Swift today. Like, so
I literally always say Prince Harry just because I'm like, I just want to see what it's like to be in the royal family.
I want to live in Montecito.
Yeah. Also, I want to live in Montecito, but Oprah does too. We'd be neighbors. Oh my god.
Apparently, they're moving to LA.
I heard that.
Now we
on due.
Also, I'm sure that
you'll
Oprah
have-
has a house in LA. as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, she does.
You can be neighbors with Oprah anywhere because she has
But
a
that
house.
was like very beautiful, and I feel like fit everybody's personalities.
Yeah.
Megan, before we wrap up, do you have
Yeah.
any parting words of meditation wisdom, like that everyone
Always.
should know? Better than Botox, right?
Cheaper than Botox.
Cheaper than Botox.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you do glow.
Cheaper than Botox.
Anti-aging.
Because I do think it's
Anti-aging.
good for people in LA to
Yeah.
hear that meditation makes you hot in addition to.
Right. Well,
Filling
and to
your
that
brain.
point, maybe the parting thing, and this touches to what you were sharing too, you know, it's really important to get clear on why you want to meditate. That a reason that feels authentic to you. And that reason might change from day to day, from week to week, you know, but meditation really does have the ability to like shift and balance you in your material world, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It's kind of like the ultimate adaptogen herb.
Ooh.
Just keep it on brand with LA here. And it's really powerful to know what that why is for you, because as I said, it can be really hard to meditate and it can feel really unproductive for you. It can feel really difficult to just stop and you want to, you know, so get clear on what that thing is that's really important to you. Like, what are you so tired of that you're ready to do something that will feel uncomfortable or challenging in order to quote unquote fix? Is it like, wow, I keep attracting the same partner over and over and I'm finally wanting a different kind of relationship and that's going to require me to like shift my awareness? Is it, I want to change my body and reshape my brain and lengthen my telomeres so that I don't have as much cellular death and I don't wrinkle as quickly? Then that's your why. If it's, I want a house in Montecito and I want to manifest more money, then that's your why. You know, so find the thing that you care about. And it can't be the thing that Instagram tells you to care about or I tell you to care about. Find the thing that you care about that you will do something uncomfortable for and that you will be in service of, you know, and develop that relationship with, I say this all the time, like get familiar and develop a relationship with your future self. Because not unlike what we were saying before, to make this full circle, it's those everyday choices that you're making. It's the micro actions that dictate what your future self is going to experience. And your brain is programmed to do the same thing over and over, wants to keep you small, wants to keep you in the comfort zone. So to break out of that, you have to constantly be in service of your future self, because what you are doing right now is what will ripple out and dictate your experience in that future moment.
You've exploded all of our minds.
Yeah, Megan,
That was
you're
fun.
crushing it.
Please tell us, both of you. Thank you. This has been like so funny and healing and incredible.
Yeah, this was like the best wellness episode we could
like
have had.
I feel like I have a spa in my basement. This was better than a wellness basement. This is the wellness
Take
basement.
that, Paris Hilton. Although also call me and I'll totally kind
But
of meditate
also,
with you there.
also,
love
can I get a
you.
day pass? Is all I'm asking. Please tell everybody, each of you, like where people can find you, socials, everything, so that people can follow your very interesting healing journeys.
Yeah, you can. I always tell people you can spiritually slide into my DMs anytime you want.
Love.
It's at Meg Monahan on Instagram. And I'm not really on TikTok, if we're being honest. I dabble in it, but I'm not committed. So don't try to find me on there yet. You can go to Meditate with Megan, MEGAN, and sign up for that 21-day meditation experience. You can buy my book, Don't Hate Meditate. You can hit me up if you want to learn and work with me. Find me.
I love that title. Don't hate meditate.
I love that too. I love spiritually slide into my DMs.
Yeah.
You can just slide into my DMs.
In any context.
Yeah, anyway, at Dana Moon Me on Instagram, at Dana Mooner on TikTok, and obviously Mango Healing on Instagram.
Book a session.
Book a session with Mango. Join the OnlyFans. The O is it's not an O.
0.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be like the O is silent.
The O in Mango is a 0. Yeah, in the at Mango Healing, but I think it pops up.
Mango Healing.
Mango Healing.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
This has been the actual best. Please come back.
I feel
We love you
so
both.
aligned
Yeah, stunning.
spiritually. This is incredible.
We're healed.
Yeah.
We did it.
Well, that's our show. Thank you for listening. Everybody go meditate. Think of your why. Those are our parting words.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go meditate.
All right. Bye.
Toodles.